Alright, how's it going today, guys? So we had our live stream today to head out and pick up our GT Fort stuff, since I finally got to steel. And just to review, I have one that is... I can never find the one that's over here. There's a pink one. Like right over here somewhere. There it is. So there's this one that we got, and then there is this one that we got right here. This one actually has the end portal in it, so I went and activated the nether portal that was there as well, and basically connected them in the nether. I didn't have to make any tunnels yet or anything. I could actually traverse right over there. That way it was a little easier to get all the loot back, because trying to get my new friend here through the forest that we have over there was a real pain in the butt. And he is in here for the moment because I have to get him a stable built. Hello, come on through the door, buddy. And if you unload a chunk, the lead disappears, so I'll move him outside for right now. But that's part of the loot we got, was a saddle and horse armor. We also have all of this. And I've had a really bad day with my back hurting, so I did not get any of this sorted like I had planned. But we're going to kind of go over what it is that I actually got. There is another place that I could have looted that's way out there in the ocean, but to be honest, there's so much crap here for me to go through, I really didn't care. I seriously don't know how XCR does it when he goes looting and gets like 8, 10, 12 of these. There's so much crap. But those are my... I think there might be one more. This is freaking just awesome. There was a... mob farm. Vanilla passive mob farm. And so I've got tons of mass storages. These are basically the same as the item barrels, but they hold 1 million. And that will come in very useful. I do believe if I look in one of these other boxes, I do believe there's a bunch of black ones as well. Oh, there's another loot box right there. So these will come in handy. These are bronze, so I will probably use them. I think the other ones might be stainless steel, and I will melt down all the stainless stuff I find because, well, it's stainless. You need it for everything. And my normal rule applies here. I know I'm weird. Most people don't make arbitrary rules for themselves, but the rule is that I will not use anything that I have here that I can't make on my own or haven't made on my own. So these are 18 bronze per, so I cannot throw them in the Crucible because the Crucible can only hold 16 at a time. If I was to throw this in, let me go ahead and show you here. If I was to throw one of these in here, you would not be able to tell it's in there because it's not in there. It won't fit. So you can pull it back out. You can see it just pops right back out. It's in that extra buffer. So I can make a large Crucible, which we do have. But with a large crucible, that's not what I wanted. So with the large crucibles, they have a little bit lower heat than the regular one. So we have a large steel crucible, stainless steel, Invar, titanium, tungsten steel, tungsten, THC, and adamantium. They're 3x3 structures, and this one being steel, it actually melts down at 2250. And the Invar is 2107. So I could do the bronze in there, but the stainless would be rather close. I will probably just get a shredder and shred them rather than making the large crucible. I usually don't make a large crucible until I get up to the THC. And well, I technically don't even really use them that much. They are nice if you want to go through automating them. I did get a bunch of steel armor that we can melt down. I got a whole bunch of bismuth bronze ingots we can use. I got 2 vanilla anvils. Unfortunately, this one is very damaged. I got a black steel anvil. So we're actually going to have to make some black steel so I can use this. But black steel is really easy to do. I just need nickel, black bronze, and steel. I can already make steel, already done so. Black bronze is very easy as well. It is just, oh, I gotta find the actual ingot here. It is just electrum and copper, which means it is silver and gold, but because there are other things that can make it up, there is no recipe in here for just silver and gold. And to be honest, you really should make the electrum first and then add the copper, because of the sterling silver and the rose gold. And we'll go over this. I actually know how to do black bronze without having any issues, and we'll go over that when we make it. I'm probably going to try to do that this week because, well, that thing is about to die. We only got 6 hits left on it. We also have a ton of these stainless gas cylinders that hold oxygen, helium, and propane. The one bad thing about these, which I've complained to Greg about a million times, and that one being propane, it wouldn't work anyway. But, oops, that's the wrong one. That's the full lighter. I have 2 lighters. I have a empty one and a full one. But the bad thing is, if back when we could put propane in a lighter, which I'm glad we can't because that does not work, you can't click it on here and fill it, unfortunately. But now we can't use it, so it's kind of a moot point. Basically, we just need to get something to get these out of here. These are nice for moving around gases where you can't use the measuring pot. That's basically what they're meant for. I also have a couple mortars, which we will be melting them down or shredding them. I got some stainless steel taps and funnels. I have a steel crucible that we will definitely melt down. There is 2 steel molds as well. There's also a bronze crucible and 2 molds in here. And by the way, if you want to see what these places look like, there'll be a link to the live stream where we went and got all this stuff. We got a bunch of gold coins. I think the other one had silver coins in it. We also got these stainless steel drums, which are just like our wooden ones, but an upgrade. They can actually hold gases, acids, and they hold 64. This one's full of water, so we'll have to clean that out of there. And Greg was nice and put duct tape in there because you actually get mass storages that have stones in them if you find a warehouse. And I'm going to place these over here. And they, if I'm, oops, wrong thing. There we go. And if I'm remembering correctly, they will never have over 100,000. And 100,000 is what that duct tape can do. So there's 2 of them in there. Luckily, excuse me. Luckily, I didn't have to use this one, so I have a full 10,000 duct tape. This is the one that uses plastic. There is another duct tape better than that, so it's just an upgrade to our paper tape. This is like packing tape, this is duct tape, and then we have tungsten tape for those that are really nuts. We did get a couple more grindstones, which again, I will melt down because I already have one. I got a bunch of wood crap, which, don't care. We did get a ton of steel. There's also Invar brass, stainless steel, bronze. There's the empty lighter. So I did get 2 lighters. I got a full one and an empty one. There is a bunch of these crates that have like pyrolusite, cornmeal. I got tons of them that have like food and stuff that I just really won't care. But then we've got, you know, tungstate ore, which is really nice to have. There's one ground vanilla. Never gonna really need that. There's 3 crates of rutile ore. That's nice. Some galena. These are all drums of different kinds of oil. We got a bunch of them. There's clay powders, holy water, seed oil, creosote oil. These I'm just going to bring out here and throw them up here. And after I get rid of this jerk, smack it, that'll fill it vertically. So that'll take care of filling into our tank. And I've got a bunch of them in here somewhere. I gotta sort all of this mess out. Unfortunately, the holy water doesn't really have a use right now, so can't really do anything with it. These bottles of creosote, we can just use a funnel and put them out there. Here's a IC2 bronze pickaxe that we can get rid of. I'll just throw it into the Crucible. It does have a wood in it, so we'll have to pull that out of the Crucible. We've got stainless steel bookshelves that will be melted down. Mechanical safe. This one is the one that is locked to the player. So when you place it, it'll look like it's locked. And as soon as you open it, that now locks it to me. If anybody else came and tried to open it, they wouldn't be able to get into it. So if you're playing on a server and you want to keep your shit safe, like you want to hide your diamonds from Crazy so she ain't trying to steal them, that's a good use for that. I stole a whole bunch of redstone lamps, a whole bunch of sticky pistons. This is the keyed safe, which I'm actually not going to put down because I don't know where the key is for it. I think the first key I interact with it. Yeah, screw it. Let's try it. I do believe the first key you interact with it is the key that'll be set for it. If I put this up here, there we go. So now this safe is set to this key. If I grabbed one of the other keys over here. Where the hell did they all go? There we go. If I grab one of these other keys, it will not open it. You can also make a blank key. We tested that out a while back, that you can make a key and duplicate it. Let's see, where the hell are they? Here they go. So, can open certain regular locks, and it says blank. So you just take this and smack it on that one, and it'll make you a blank one. It has to be open at the time, so somebody else can't come and copy your key unless they're really sneaky about it. We've got a bunch of steel bookshelves. We got a bunch of books. This is Kimberlite and Green Schist, which I'll throw over there eventually. There's another black steel anvil. Oh, this is awesome. We've got steel scaffold. There's like a stack and a half of it from a bedrock room. So we'll be melting that down, and I'll make different scaffolds. You've got scaffold of all different kinds of flavors here. I will probably be making lead ones or antimony, but you've got every flavor under the sun of scaffold. They're really nice. They can go out like 128 blocks from the origin. So do it like that. You climb up the inside, which I can't do because, well, the way I placed it, and then you can just, it does have a little wonky. Every now and then you'll get one of these. You got to be very careful where you place it. Like, you can't place it trying to place it down like that or just pop it off. You actually have to be up here at the top. Greg really should add his overlay. That way you know where it goes. It's kind of annoying, but it kind of goes off the same building thing as this stuff. And you can't do the smacking it like IC2. You actually have to just do this, where you climb up the inside and place them. You can turn them and stuff like that if you feel the need. We also got some turret bases and disposable item turrets. I'll probably set them up out here to shoot things. It's red, steel axes, steel swords. These Damascus steel arrows are really nice. They do lots of damage because they are sharpness 5. Let's see. Oh, this was one of the best things I found. That's one of the things about these forts. You used to get tons of these crates of materials. And now it seems like you get ores and food stuff way more often than you do actual usable material. Like right there's rock salt, sugar, rice, and clay powder. Stainless steel advanced crafting table, compartment drawers. This is the thing I was talking about. I want to find the black one. I know there's a black one in here somewhere. Here it is. So basically we were talking about this for the quest book. So I do actually have it unlocked now. So that is the storage drawer. And basically what this will do is, if I put this right next to here, it gives you 4 separate compartments. So like if I put this in here and I open this one, you can't see it there. Each door is its own compartment, its own chest, and it will use from this table. So if I had, here, we'll do this. So if I was making sticks and there's no wood down here, but I threw this wood over here, it would actually pull that wood from over here to be able to fill the grid for you. Now, the bad thing about that is it will not put it back where it got it. It'll actually, if you hit the dump button, it'll throw it over here. So if it's something that, like, I will normally take all of this stuff and throw them in their own compartment drawer. But as I'm using it, it's just going to fill up this grid and fill up down here. It won't go back over here. I'll have to manually put the stuff back over there when I need to. So this one I'm not actually going to be using because, again, it's stainless steel. I will be melting it down, and I will make one of my own, probably out of bronze, but we may do something else because these come in the same flavors as the crafting tables. Basically, the bookcases, the crafting tables, the storage drawers, I'm trying to think if that's it. But basically hoppers are considered like decorative. I guess the hoppers have their own set, but I think they're very similar. I think they're the same flavors. But basically decorative blocks, utility type blocks like that, all come in the same flavor. So just like the crafting tables, you have lead, bismuth, antimony, nickel, bronze, constantine, aluminum, brass, tin alloy, cobalt, so on and so forth, all the way up to adamantium. And that changes absolutely nothing except for the wrench you need to pick it up and the color. And to be honest, you can paint all of these. That's why the this set is black, because it was a black bordered place that I picked them out of, so it gets the black coloring. And we will go over how to dye stuff like that in different ways later when we start doing that. But it has no difference in the size of it. I think it might actually do the blast thing. Oh, and I guess this is probably a good time to bring this up. So I was talking about how there's a steel crucible and I will be melting it down. And the reason why I will be melting it down is right there in yellow text. Greg was nice and added this new thermal mass text because some of the crucibles actually do not have a weight on them. So this one, actually, if you look at the very bottom, says contains material 7 steel, M, B, and W. That is melting, boiling, and weight. So the weight being the thermal mass, you'll see they are the same thing, means that that is how much density that material is, and the more dense the material, the more heat it will take to heat it up. It also means the more heat it will retain when you throw in new material. But as a rule, it is more efficient to use a lower thermal mass than a higher thermal mass, even if it doesn't look like you're losing as much. I can kind of show this later on in a video if somebody wants to see it. But basically, if I heated this crucible here up to 2000 and I threw in some gold, which is very dense material, it would probably drop at least half the temperature down, because they have to uh, equal out basically the temperature of from 300 to the 2000. So they have to equal out somewhere around, I would say, 1,000 to 1,400 is where it's going to drop, and then it's thermodynamics, which am horrible at explaining. But basically, this is going to heat that crucible up way faster than that steel one. The steel one's going to go up very slow because the material is more dense, so it takes more heat to heat it. But therefore, it's going to retain more heat. Like if I did the same thing with that steel one, I heated it up to 2000, it's going to only drop to, say, 1,800 when I throw in the same gold that I threw in this one that took it down to, say, 14 to 1,000. But it would have taken me probably 4 times longer to heat it up, which would take 4 times more fuel to get to that point. Now, there may be some magic number in there. If you know thermodynamics and can figure it out, there may be a magic number in there somewhere where using a steel crucible is worth it. But in my opinion, from what I have seen in testing over the last 7 years, you should always, if you care about fuel efficiency, you should always use a lower thermal mass than a higher thermal mass. And Greg has, has said that is absolutely true. The lower the thermal mass, the more efficient it is on the heat that it uses. And I have tested it to prove this. Now, if you're going for safety and you want something that goes up very slowly in heat, so you're not blowing yourself up, absolutely. Steel would probably be your next bet. After making a ceramic one, you can make a steel one, because it goes to 2557, ceramic goes to 2500, so it's 57 more. And then there are other ones that you can go to after that. We'll actually get into how I level up my crucible for tungsten later, and there is a thing in the book. Let's see if I can find it here. Crucible, there you go. So this is the different routes that you can get to. Oh, wait a minute, that's not it. Okay, that's the new one. Where is the... I know there's one in here, because that just says the... Oh, no, it actually is the right one. Okay, I seen the thing. So yeah, this is the meteoric steel. This is the alternative, which is chromium. And then from there, you go to iridium, or you can get to niobium. This shows the processing for the niobium. Then you have to go to tantalum. This is the processing for it. And then you have your tungsten, so you can get to your smelter. Now, you'll notice that there's only 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them listed in here, but there are many others in here. We are taking the 2 most used and put them in the book. That does not mean they're the only 2, and I'll go into explaining this more when we get to that point. But you can seriously go with osmium and iridium rather than going for niobium, tantalum. But, they're very rare materials. There's no way I would go that route. There's also the old one that we used to use, which is the niobium titanium. that we used to use to not have to make iridium, but that would mean that you have to make niobium and titanium before you get iridium. So there's tons of different directions you can go. You can also do the twilight, and instead of going for meteoric steel and iridium, you can go for night metal and there's a fiery steel in here somewhere. There it is. There's the fiery steel. You can go for these two if you'd rather go play in the twilight and get those materials. I do believe you can actually do, there's the octene, which is from the, oh crap, what mod is that? It normally says in here, Between Lands. So if you add Between Lands, we had it at one point in the old pack, but we have since removed it. You can go that route as well. And I think if you're playing with magic crap, you have some of that magic-y crap things too that might be able to get you there. But in the book, we just give you the two main routes. So I think I've gone over most everything that we've got of note in here. We did get a whole lot of lubricant, seed oil, purple drink. Yeah. We did get a few latex barrels. These are ironwood barrels, so these won't burn. They're the same thing as these wooden ones, just, well, unburnable. Oh, we did get some of these flower pots, which basically mean that we can grow things indoors. So you can just use them as fancy shit. These are kind of a pain in the butt to make, so I grabbed a whole bunch of them. The reason why they're a pain in the butt to make is because they need soul sand dust and stone dust. That's the pain in the butt part. Then you need sand, any kind of stone dust, a mushroom, a bone meal, mud, and clay powder. So, and that's just around a basin. So I grabbed a whole bunch of these that I can use, but probably won't. And I got a whole bunch of these flowers, which that's something that I wanted to talk about real quick before we actually get looking through the loot chests over there. I'm trying to look and see if there's anything I didn't go over that we got here. We did get a whole bunch of these flowers, which we were discussing this in Discord today. And these are the bedrock flowers that Greg adds to show a bedrock vein. And if you just type indicate, it'll show you all of the flowers. And if you look at the tooltip of it, it'll say indicates presence of, you know, gold, silver, copper, zinc, nickel, uranium, so on and so forth. And then there's the orchid, which is a deposit that doesn't have a flower. So like if you find a graphite, it will have an orchid rather than a regular flower, because Greg couldn't find a flower that was I'm trying to think of the word for it. Apparently these flowers are actually relevant to this material, and there wasn't one for graphite or sodium nitrate, potassium nitrate, stuff like that. So this one is for the miscellaneous stuff, but that's a good way for you to see all the different ones. There are actually 2 for redstone. Apparently there's 2 for copper too. Apparently there's 2 for uranium. And there's actually 1 for diamond. I didn't know there was 1 for diamond. A lot of these I've never seen. But the redstone, there's two of them because one of them is for... Actually, wait a minute. There may not be another one for... Okay, so there's only one for redstone, but that can only spawn in the desert on sand. Well, it can spawn on sand. So you're probably only going to see that in the desert. If you find a redstone vein anywhere that has grass, you're shit out of luck. There's going to be no flower. That's why there's two of them for copper. So let's see. This one here is... Oh, that's actual copper ore. That's nice. And then this one is chalcopyrite. But I will guess, I know this one can be found in plains and stuff like that. This one I've never actually seen before. I'm guessing this is a sand one, and you can't find it. It also says, oh, it does say overworld, so it can be found in the overworld. It does say nether as well, but as far as I know, none of these flowers can spawn in the nether. They all have to have dirt or sand, so you're not actually going to find the flower. And then Moon, Mars, Erebus, Between Lands, Twilight. Alright, so I think that's about it. Let me... Oh, found a library, so we have a bunch of these magic research papers, which are useless, because we don't have magic mod in here. This is the one thing that I will be using that I cannot make, but it's because Damascus is a special material that unless you have metallurgy, you cannot make it. It's supposed to be meant as a lost art of making Damascus, so these I will be using because they are special loot that can only be gotten that way. And so yeah, I've got a bunch of these bookshelves, so I can actually take and go through all of my books over there and set up what I actually want to keep. There's another loot chest. Those are wooden ones that have nothing in them. There's a whole bunch more of that stuff. That's where all the food and other ores things are. There's some flowers that I actually got from the room that has them. Lots of keys. A block of steel. That was very nice. Let's see. There's my steel hoppers. There's the bronze mass storages that I was telling you about. There's a bronze compartment drawer, so I can actually take this one, and I'm actually going to take this out and we'll just put it right there, but that'll be the one that I use since it's bronze. This was part of a mob farm where there's a bunch of brass item pipes in there, restrictive item pipe hoppers. That's where the mass storages came from, which, by the way, because of getting that, I can actually go and let's get this out of here. I didn't show the recipe. Here's the recipe. I think I showed this before. So it just takes 4 chests, 4 screws, and a screwdriver, and the chest is just 4 plates, 2 rings, and a rod. Very simple to make. But let's go ahead and get this done. So now we have everything in the Stone Age done. And then if we go over here, because I picked up 3 steel, I actually have the steel quest done, which we'd already made. We just didn't make enough of it. And I also picked up brass item pipes, so because I was 1 short of that, that gets that done. The Invar one I'm not going to do because we have not made it yet. I will need to get that made. And I also have down here in the utility, I have this one, which I did make, so that one I can get done. That tells you all about your roll of tape. And we're going to go over some of these other things in here very, very soon. And the periodic table has now helium, oxygen, sulfur, let's see, platinum, because I picked up some of that. The other ones I had already done. And I'm not going to check any of these off until I start getting where I can get more of them. But each one of these has its own quest to get each material. For gases, you can use anything that holds it. So one of those, this is the one that is any of them. So I actually got that one done because I had picked up the oxygen and the helium was because they're contained inside of those. You can also do it with drums. Let's see, butt tons of books. Enchanting table. Oh, that reminds me, with the enchanting table, you can pick it up with just a stone pickaxe. But on my way over, I found an amber vein. I got really lucky. It was just sitting right there out in the side of a cliff. And if we look up amber and a pickaxe, you will see it is Silk Touch. It is also quality 3. Well, over there at that fort, there is a ender chest, and you have to have Silk Touch to pick up an ender chest. So I'm gonna go and get me some amber, so I can go and get that later on. There is a bunch of books in it that I dropped that you won't see here because, well, obviously it's in there. And yeah, I think that is the majority of our loot, other than opening our loot chests. So I've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them that we can open up. These 3 were in the factory or smeltery room, whatever you want to call it. That's why they're black, matching the material. These 3 were in the other one's smelting area, and then these were just loot crates that were randomly sitting around. I think this was in a hallway. I don't remember where this one was. Again, check out the stream, you'll see. But let's get in here and see what we actually have. I do believe I pointed out the fact that you can just pick these up, and it says contains loot of, this says Mineshaft, so that means that's the actual loot table that it comes from, not where you picked it up. So anything that you can find in a Mineshaft, you will find in that chest. This should be the exact same thing. This one says contains loot of blacksmith. So that one was picked up in a blacksmith room along with these 3, but this one is a specialty chest. I'm guessing that must be what this one is. No, that's a corridor. Okay, then that means there is one loot chest around here somewhere that I don't have, because I had 2 blacksmith rooms. So where's it at? I don't want to miss a chest. And now that I'm thinking back to it, yeah, there was one corridor chest. Oh, and I talked to Greg about it. There are chests in with the Twilight and the Nether. These gas tiers, blaze rods, obsidian, this book, glowstone, and netherrack come from the Nether one, and they come in these gold reinforced wooden chests. The diamond and this book about the Twilight Forest and the live root came in the one in the Twilight room. They're not considered loot chests, they're just chests that hold stuff that Greg tells it to hold. so therefore you cannot pick them up. That's why these two are over here to hold my junk that I looted. Oh, I did get some dynamite and broomsticks. That was very, very nice. There's the bronze. There's my other chest. That's the other blacksmith one. There's the bronze molds and crucible. Alright, so now we should have everything. We have 2 blacksmiths, we have 6 mineshaft, and we have 1 corridor. So let's start looking and see what we have. Alright, so here we got tracks, zeolite, matchbox, more copper coins to melt down, more tracks, and some scrap box. So that one's not the greatest. The matchbox is very nice. This one we got neodymium. We've got chromium. That's kind of nice. It's steadfast B. If we do these, that'll come in handy. We got some brass ingots, some iridium shards. That's not bad. Steel pans that we can melt down. Another full lighter. That's awesome. These are very nice. These are flawless gems, and these being sapphire, we can use them to make the crystal plates that we will need to make our sapphire crystal circuits. So I will be saving them for that. A piece of wheat, yay. Alright, last one for the black ones. And we've got MacGuffin, which is basically a magic-y material. Oh, look at that. That is awesome. It doesn't have a regular use. It can be used for matter fabrication. It gives a whole bunch of matter. And that's about it. A bronze helmet, more silver coins, some more iron. But this is freaking awesome. Partial crate of Damascus steel dust. So that is awesome. And let's go ahead and pop these bad boys open. Oh yeah, I forgot. You gotta hit it. Alright, so that gives me a stack and 16 of Damascus steel dust we can use. By the way, Damascus steel is sharpness 5, so it is a great material for swords. It is also 1280 for the durability. So if we look at where is my looking for one of the steel sword blinks that I have over here. Well, we can look there. Steel is only 512, so it's twice the durability of steel plus a sharpness 5. Alright, in here we got a little bit of lapis, we got some steel pickaxe heads, a block of steel. We got another saddle we can use to get us a donkey. A little bit of bread, partial crate of brass dust, and partial crates of glass plates. Those will come in very handy. And some neodymium, and partial crates of steel ingots. That is very nice. And there's more Damascus steel dust. That's 7 more of them. This is an awesome chest. So that will come in real handy. Here we got some copper coins, tin, another iridium shard, chrome and neodymium. And that's about it for that one. Alright, so this is the corridor chest. It has tin, iron boots, steel pick, steel accents, more of our Damascus steel arrows, more turret bases, sterling silver arrows. Those are bad arrows. Those must be melted down, because these, if I got shot with this, would give me wear bane. Luckily, these don't make me hungry like the crazy cravenite ones. But yeah, these are evil arrows. bad, bad, bad things. Nobody ever needs those. Funny thing is, it actually has disjunction on it, but you can't shoot an Enderman. So, well, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so we got our 2 blacksmith. What do we have in here? Iron pickaxe, manganese arrowheads, not the arrowheads I'm looking for. Iron chest, steel sword, steel leggings, glue, and another matchbox, which is nice. Alright, last chance. Nope, I didn't get it. Got it. Steel, brass, chromium, iron, some oak saplings, because yay, some bronze ingots, and some chromium. Alright, so that's what we got. There's actually 1 arrowhead or bolt that I'm trying to find, because it's something that's really hard to get, and usually loot is the way to do it. I think you might actually be able to make it now, but, you know, back in my day, because I'm an old fucker, the only way to get this material was from looting, and let's see, I think it's used in the craft fight. I can spell, I swear I can. Where is the... Oh, no, it's not graphite. Graphene. It's not that one, right? Oh, wait a minute. No, it's not that one. It's the other one. It's the one right before that. Turbine. This one. This one needs trinitanium plates. And trinitanium only comes from trinium and titanium. I think I said that wrong in the stream. And trinium is pretty impossible to get. You can get it from uranium trioxide. I think that stuff, if it still spawns, is only in like Mars or something like that. Endium does not exist. Trinium does not exist. Yeah, that doesn't exist. Yeah, so the only way I know of to get this stuff is from shredding down arrowheads that you get from loot. But I'm thinking Greg might have added a way to get it, but I'm not completely sure. Yeah, there's the ore byproducts. It shows it comes from this ore, and that ore doesn't even have a page that tells you you can get it from bedrock, from a dolomite ore. That's the, yeah, this is the vein I was talking about, the uranium hexabromide, uranium hexafluoride. I think this only spawns Mars. Yeah, this is only a Mars thing. I don't know what the plan is, but it does not spawn in the overworld. It used to long ago. But yeah, the only way to get this stuff is to go to Mars. So if you ever want to, unless you can find one in the overworld, and I don't think you can even do that. If you can, I've never seen it. So it's usually you get it from finding bolts or arrowheads in one of these loot crates, and then you replicate it. If there's something I'm missing and somebody knows, let me know, but as far as I know, that's your way to get it. I think I have rambled on long enough. I'm going to try and get some of this mess sorted out because, well, I cannot, in good faith, light my Crucible. Well, it's only like 3 blocks, so I'm okay. But I don't like this mess. But we are going to be making a oven. So I'm going to go ahead and show you this real quick. It's a very simple recipe. It's just a steel machine casing, a double copper plate, and some bricks, and that'll make us an oven. I am going to be making that in a live stream on Tuesday morning, so tomorrow morning, about 8 a.m. my time. I will be streaming. We're going to make that, and we're going to work on this building. I'm probably going to raise it up another 1, maybe 2 layers, and then finally get back here and get a roof on the rest of it. That way we can spread out into the rest of this. I had already gone in a live stream and got a bunch of sand so I can make my roof. And so I will be, I can hit the right button. So I'll be messing with that in that live stream. Maybe we'll make a place for my horse to live, make a stable for him. We'll see. But yeah, I was going to do that today, but felt like utter crap. So did not happen today. We're going to do it on Tuesday. So look forward to that. And I will probably make the black steel that day as well, so we can get our black steel anvil out. I'll have to find a little bit of nickel. I think I have a nickel vein. I did say just a few minutes ago I was done rambling, didn't I? Darn, you're right there. So we'll have to go and get some of that so we can get some nickel. I think I only have like 5 on this. 6. I've got 6 uses on that, and it's going to break. And I don't want to break it. But as far as I know, the only thing I'm going to have to use it for to make the oven is to put the 2 copper plates together, so that'll take it down to 5. We'll be okay. So when we come back here on Wednesday, there should be a new black steel anvil there. And I will probably smelt down a lot of this armor and stuff like that. Try to get some of this put away. And yeah, get these cleared out. All of these are stainless steel as far as I know. Yes, except for this one. So I will probably melt all of them down eventually. Since I'm not making stainless steel, I'm not going to use it. I'm just going to put these away to be melted down when I get to that point. But we've got tons of bronze and steel armor. I'm using some of the bronze armor I found. I need to change out to a bronze helmet if I can find one. I thought I'd seen one in here. I know you probably love this chest opening. There it is. So we can switch that out. And then I'm going to keep this because it has projectile protection. I'm going to keep it for now. But I'll switch it out later. And I will also keep a full set of steel armor if I have it for when I break this bronze shit. But that is finally it. I am out of here. Y'all have a good one. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I will see you next time.